Love at first sight. Every single Manchester United fan fell in love with the 19-year-old Anthony Martial when he scored on his debut against Liverpool. With so much raw talent and potential, I think it's fair to say that every one of us thought that the sky is the limit for him. And especially after his performances in the 2019-20 season, I think we all thought that he's finally kicked on. He scored 23 goals and provided 12 assists. What the fuck happened to him this season? He's one of my favorite players, but that does not mean that I'm blinded to his flaws. On his day, he's unstoppable, but that's his biggest problem. On his day, which means that he's not consistent enough. And especially this season, the things that he's usually good at, he couldn't even do that. He's amazing at dribbling. He's very good at holding up the ball. He's amazing with those quick 1-2s. And he's a fantastic finisher. I mean, that's what I remember him as. But he couldn't do any of it this season. I think the only game that I actually remember him playing half decent was the Manchester City game. I think under Mourinho, we all gave him the benefit of the doubt. But I think he's just running out of time and excuses. I feel like Anthony Martial is one of those players that needs to know that he's number one. Any sign of competition, I think it just crumbles. Look, I'm not too bothered with the whole laid back, lazy demeanor that he has on the pitch. But I think after this season, I've started paying a little more attention to how he behaves. I think he can't handle competition, and I really do not want to say this, but that's just how it comes across. Zlatan, Lukaku, and now Cavani. Especially Cavani. I was 200% sure that Cavani has been brought in to be a backup for Anthony Martial, because it seems like Oli loves him. Like, Oli has played him wherever he's available. But his form just dipped and Cavani just took over. And after that he got injured. Which is another aspect of Anthony Martial that I don't think people talk about. He has gotten regular injuries every single season. So he's also injury prone. I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's demand or need, or his search for wanting a pure number 9 even after he has managed to hold on to Cavani for a year, says everything there is to say. For me personally, I would want Anthony Martial to stay another season. I want the real Anthony Martial to show up because he was fantastic last season. Not this season, but the last season. And he has so much potential. And I just think that he needs to give it his all one more time. And if it works out, then great. He can be an amazing, not just a bench option. I don't think Cavani is going to play every single game. So he's going to be a solid squad member next season if he decides to stay. But if it doesn't work out, even after the coming season, then he has to go. Pure and simple. So this is what I had to say about Anthony Martial. But as I said before, Universal Levels is not just about me, it's about everyone. If you guys remember, then we had asked you on a post to voice in your opinions about Anthony Martial, and the response honestly is overwhelming. To the point that we actually have to do 2 videos because IGTV only allows 15 minutes and we will not be able to put in everything together. So we're going to divide it into 2 segments, one with the video fan opinions and the other one wherein you guys have done a quick Q&A session with my very dear friend at mufc. So in this video, we are going to carry on with Zaran and Sam. These two have sent in their videos and this is what they had to say.
Martial is a tricky one. I think Oli has a big decision to make. I don't think he can lead our line if you're looking to challenge for the Premier League, for the Champions League. I don't think he's the guy to do it. But practically we bought him for 60 odd million. He's on extremely high wages and there's no other club that would pay to get him off our hands. So the best we could do is make use of his versatility. He's got a certain set of skills that I think can be of use in certain matches against certain types of opponents, especially when they play at a higher line and not defend in a low block. I think him and Rashford can form a pretty good pair in matches like that, but I think with Cavani coming in and hopefully a top young striker in the next couple of windows, I think we'll see Martial as more of a fringe player, more of a bench player, to be honest. I don't see him getting 90 minutes that often.
See, when you talk about like Tony Martial, yeah, he's almost got two sides to him, like, as a footballer, you know. Let's take it back to like 2016. You know, United signed him for 50 million off AC Monaco. You know, English press said he had no chance. Obviously, we all know the chant. Comes in, shows he's got incredible talent. Then, you know, he's not producing too many numbers, but you can see he's growing. Like, he's growing, he's still young. You know, when you're a young player, you're allowed to have your mistakes. You're allowed to, you know, have your off games, because what happens, you grow as a player. Then, last year, we know the numbers he produced. What was it, like 19, 20 goals? And, like, I don't know the amount of assists, but, like, you know, him, Greenwood and Rashford last year were a different gravy, bruv. You know, more than the top three of Liverpool. And they won the league that year. Not saying that, you know, they are better than that Liverpool front three, but statistically they were on fire. And we all know that. But then you've got this Martial as well, who's lazy and doesn't produce numbers. And he's kind of come out this year. And we've always known he's, you know, a bit lazy. But we've always kind of looked over that because of the talent he's had. You know, the numbers that he, you know, started to produce and the potential that he could grow to. We all expected this year Martial to come back, was it 19, 20 goals again, you know, loads of assists, come back and show why he's our number 9. Started off the year and it was like, where's Tony Martial? Like, where's the Martial from last year? Thinking, oh, it's the start of the season. Then he gets a red card. And we're like, shit, this could affect his confidence. And then he doesn't score, and he only scores a penalty in the Champions League. And we're like, oh no, he'll find his form, Comes back to the Prem. What was it? Loads of starts and he scored 1 goal. I don't know the numbers. Somebody in the comments tell me the numbers, but you know, he's not scoring, he's not assisting. Yes, there was the stat where it was like, when he's on the pitch, we win more games rather than when Cavani starts. But then you suddenly see Cavani pop off towards the end of the season and you realise this is what a number 9, I mean, I know he's number 7, but this is what a number 9 does. A good number 9, consistently scoring goals. What was it against Rome in the first leg? Like he was involved in I mean, in both legs he was involved in like 6 goal contributions or 7. Like, it was ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? It was ridiculous. And then you got Martial, who's just looking like he's slacking, he's lazy, not producing the numbers. And you know, it's kind of just like, is he really worth the keep? Then we know the potential Anthony Martial has. We know that. But is he one of them players who we can rely on for the future? You know, you got Man City, who won this year. You got Chelsea, touchless Chelsea, and you got Liverpool looking for revenge. Are we going to be able to compete with Martial top there? I'm not sure, if I'm being honest. And I hate to say it, because I really like Martial. But I do think the competition between him, Cavani and Greenwood could be good. Or we set off Martial and make Greenwood like kind of learn from Cavani. But I think if they all compete, that could all push each other to their limits. And if Martial's not happy with that, he can fuck off. Because I'm not being funny, he hasn't got a reason to even talk about it right now. That's my opinion on it. I believe we give him next year, we let the 3 battle out. Cavani will more likely perform the best, but he's old, you can't expect him starting week in, week out. Greenwood, we kind of like stop his growing potential, but we need Sancho. Then I think we sort them in and out. If Martial dips, I think we send him. That's my personal opinion. By dip, I mean like if his form continues to stay how it is, you know, not producing any numbers or any goals or any assists, I think we have to sell him. You know what I mean? Because we want to be top of the league, Manchester United. We want to be the Red Devils, the team that everyone looks at and goes, shit, we're playing Man United. Not the team that loses on penalties to Villa fucking Real. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we want to be, you know, the Giants of England again. And to do this, we have to be harsh. We have to expect the best at all times, you know what I mean? That's just my belief. I want to hear what you guys got to say though.
Alright, so thanks once again to Zaran and Sam. And guys, like I said before, this is not the end of this. This is just the end of the segment. We're going to move into the next video now, wherein I'm going to do a nice Q&A session with the responses that I've got from some of you.